Good morning. Oh, so I just opened the chart this morning. Let me see what we're working with. This is a hourly breaker. I'm just taking note of. I seem to be trading within that. I'm not going to pay attention to it though. But from yesterday, we were trying to look for a trade and ended up taking a loss on a long. Price dug into this fair value gap. It didn't fill the whole thing, so that's good. I did talk about how I didn't really want it to spend much time going in here. Preferably, I wouldn't have even really wanted it to go past around that sell side liquidity, but we did retrace a little more to a discount from this low to that high. That whole move or the previous day, we did drop down to a discount, and we started to trade higher from there. So now today, one thing I'm noticing is we don't really have a trend. Like yesterday we had a trend lower, but right now we don't really have a trend. We're kind of moving sideways, so there's lots of liquidity built up. I think it's a good environment for really good price action, and I'm hoping that my trade will be here. I've noted the equilibrium of the day and the minute open, so I'm looking to take trades beneath this level. There is an inverse fair value gap the price is in right now. We don't have to come this low. I'd like to run out that low, and it's the one thing I'll have to do is make sure that, see, this is the thing, it's very frustrating, is look at that range. 200 point, like I can't trade with this. 187 points in 1 hour, or sorry, 1 15-minute candle. I can't do anything with that. I mean, I know it's because of the volatility this week that we're making bigger ranges. It doesn't mean price isn't efficient. Usually when we make big ranges like that, price is like done what it's done for the day, and it's going to be inefficient for the rest of the morning or rest of the session or whatever until it consolidates and builds up more liquidity. But the fact we have such huge ranges like this is a small portion of the consolidation just because of the volatility this week is a trump. So I'm willing to bypass that rule if I see something I really like. It needs to make sense though. We've ran out of 5-minute short-term low. Sorry, I'm taking notes, studying. But I'm not really seeing anything. If we form a fair value gap here, like look, if I had taken this order block out, it would have had a 40-point stop loss and still gone stopped out, or almost stopped out. Yeah. So if I'm taking something up here, I really need to have, if this forms a fair value gap and I get in, like let's say up here, like I need to have a very wide stop loss, and I just don't think I want to trade in this. And of course, gold is at a new all-time high. Bond is still dropping. That means rates are going up. Doesn't seem like such a bad time for the Fed to lower interest rates, as Trump would say. Yeah, let's look at the S&P, how it's trading comparatively. A little bit of SMT. So I mean, like we could get a reversal, and like this order block could send price higher, but again, I don't know. Very large range, not comfortable with it. Just too many points. So I want to keep in mind where the equilibrium of the day is. This is looking like it's going to go down lower and pass down one more time. I think if we want to go higher, it seems like we're building a lot of liquidity. I'd expect it to like aggressively shoot down here maybe one more time before we go higher. I see we have somebody viewing. Oh, hey Odie, how you doing? Going well. You think this is your last weekend in Jordan? I haven't taken a look at the pictures you sent me, by the way, about the Dead Sea. I need to do that. I saw them on my phone while I was out of the house, and I did not get a chance to really take it in. But how was it? How was the Dead Sea? Wait, these aren't pictures of the Dead Sea. No way. You have pictures of that? What are the pictures you sent me? Is this the Dead Sea or the hills? Just random hills. Do they represent? Is it a special hill like Mount Sinai? Like not Mount Sinai, but a hill of significance. Hold on, my brother's freaking out. I told my brother a while ago. Hold on, I need to pay attention to this. I told him to buy gold stocks, and the gold stocks are exploding. So this would be a play. This wouldn't be like another bad choice to enter. Like if I had to pick my entry, it'd be the order block. But you know, I don't like the range. I'm not comfortable with leaving a 40-point stop loss on an order block. So even worse, the fair value gap. I mean, I don't know. Let me see what you sent me. Yeah, prices, general surprise, rising higher. Kind of sucks. Like I could have taken that order block, but that stop, I don't know. I was just kind of scared of 40-point stop loss because usually my rules say 20 points, but due to the volatility, I'm trying to adjust. You said I sent you a couple pictures of the sea. I know the mountains don't mean much. It's just I don't see stuff like okay. Yeah, that did look beautiful. I didn't see the sea though. Did you just send it to me now? Let me see what you sent. Yeah, okay, I see it. The pictures. That's amazing. There was like a resort. That's a sick kitchen. Where was Jesus' tomb though? Okay, I might be interested in a short. If price is not gonna be too hectic. I don't know. I to be honest, don't think we're gonna be shorting at all. Actually, that's a bad idea. I mean, it would be within the rules to short. Like, if a bearish or value gap presents itself, I would be, like, the rules say I should short, but I don't think it's a good idea. Hello, Elliot. Barrick to the moon. Yeah. Talking about this one. See, I bought this all the way back in January last year, and it's basically doubled since then, almost. And I bought more here, and I sold it around here because I started trading life funds, and I don't want to trade stocks if I'm also trading life funds. Yeah, look at the gold price action, Elliot. This has made a new all-time high already. This also, I think this is also a sign that we're now in a bullish market. So I'm ready to have a bullish bias for indices. Odie said, I didn't see a tomb, but we walked an hour to the Jordan River and we saw the baptism site. It was a really nice experience. Okay. Yeah, because I don't know if the tomb is necessarily clear on where it is. I don't know, because I just saw a lot of people argue about where it is. Elliot, gold is not the best. God is the best. You always say that. I'm kidding. You have any pictures of the baptism site? So Elliot, I don't know what stock you just gave me. NOVN. I don't know where you find these stocks. This is a company in Switzerland. Does pharmaceutical products. Like, why would you want to buy this? Are they gonna cure cancer? Okay. Okay. Where do you get this news? This would have been 582 US dollars if I had taken it. But because of all the Trump stuff, I'm too scared. Next week will be a better week. I mean, this week has been so crazy. I remember Monday, me and my friend were looking at charts, and we saw a almost 2,000 points range. I mean, look at these daily candles compared to all the other days. This is crazy. The volatility is insane. It's like suffocating almost. I can't trade. with this volatility. We're Do you think price sets up accordingly to news? Honestly, I really don't think so. Look at what the news was. Consumer price, producer price inflation. It's negative. Like that's a not just a negative. I mean that's a huge negative. Negative 0.4, and they expected it to be positive too. It's not like they expected it to be negative. Like this is an insane miss. So this is basically telling you that the inflation is not slow. Yeah, it's slowing down. Like it's going negative month over month. Year over year, we're still positive. So like, it's not crazy, but still, we're definitely in a slowing economy right now. Yeah, year over year, they forecasted elevation and it dropped. So, if I was an investor, I'd be freaking out. But again, I woke up this morning and I wanted to see price go up. We were in a discount in the day's equilibrium, and when we saw the 5-minute short-term low, I was paying attention for my trade, but the fair value gap didn't. It showed itself way too late. Like I can't take this trade here. That I would have gotten stopped out. I would have needed to have a stop loss that's way too big to account for the drawdown. I would have had to. So I would have had to get in down here, and I don't really like taking order blocks, so I didn't do it, and I just kind of let it go. Whatever, $600. No, I'll have another opportunity. But I don't know, if we're in a slowing economy, why would the stock market be going up, right? Like it doesn't make sense. So news doesn't always and I think you kind of realize that too, because otherwise why would you be asking, right? But yeah, definitely, like I never look at what the news is, because if I looked at what the news is and I tried to, also we have news at 10, if I tried to predict what it would do based on what the news is, and I would I would have lost money this morning, because it's very clear to me that price is not reacting to the news, the fact that we have a slowing economy. And it's not just yesterday too, or today, sorry. It was yesterday. It was CPI. I mean, CPI came out lower than they expected. It's consumer, not instead of producer, the consumer price inflation. And price didn't go down. Price actually went up, like a lot. The day before that, actually. But it's not like it crashed. I mean, it's going up. So people aren't selling. People aren't panicking and reacting from this news. That's also why when my brother Elliot was talking about how this company has invested $28 billion into U.S. pharmaceutical companies, yeah, it might make their stock price go up, and they might benefit from that, but it's not reliable. Because news doesn't always work. I mean, here's where I think we're going to start to weed out any shorters. So anyone that's bearish trying to short, they're gonna get excited. They're gonna think they have their opportunity, and price is gonna kind of weed them out. If I had done something like 80 points, yeah, this could have worked. Sorry. It says I have one concurrent viewer. I don't know if it's you, ODICT, but I had to answer your question. Let me know if it is you. I can repeat it. Because for a second it said I had no viewers. Why is this one taking a second to open up? What the fuck? What the fuck? No, go away. Oh my god, how do I get rid of this now? Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, with news at 10, I don't know, there might be another, it would make sense for there to be another trade available, but look at this range. 300 points ahead of news. So imagine how volatile it would be once the news comes out. Or it might not just do any, it might just do nothing too. I would assume though it's gonna quickly run up to the highs. Ten seconds. Okay. That's taking a minute. Yeah, so we quickly drop back down beneath that low. I would expect it to run here off the news release. Run higher towards this high. This is probably accumulating a lot of shorts right now. But like I said, this price action is probably going to be to weed out the shorters. The people that are bearish that want to sell, probably try to weed them out. So that we've dipped back down to a discounted price beneath the short-term low. It's a good opportunity to buy. Not for me, at least. I don't know. There's a good, not opportunity, but good like idea to buy. No, it doesn't want to give. Never mind. I want to spend a bit more time down here. I really wouldn't expect Price to spend much time down here. So when I said buying idea up here, not opportunity, so I didn't mean like trade it here. I mean, like the idea to buy is good. And I'd be waiting for an inverse or valid gap or an order block, a change in the state of delivery to see if we have that here. If we leave a long wick and then we start to create up close candles. But it's really not looking like it's going to want to go up. I mean, it's continuously making lower lows. Just took in, I've been just staring at price for the past 4 minutes. So yeah, this is more what I want to see. And this could be like an order block entry. Okay, I have entered a position. Um, Entries right down here. 10 o'clock. Price came down to a discount. Showed a change in the state of delivery, and now it's running quickly to the highs. So we should be making about 654 US dollars. The temptation to close it right now is crazy. Cray. I don't know. I just, for some reason, I'm fearing that it's just gonna come up to this rejection block and it's gonna go back down. And I'm up 500 US dollars, and I'm just like, that's my whole paycheck, you know. But it's okay. I have faith. I'm gonna put a break even stop though. No, this gap should not fill. I wouldn't want that gap to fill at all. I'd want it to run really quickly back up to the highs. I'm moving my stop up. I moved my stop up just underneath this gap, but that's against the rules. So I'm putting it to break even, just above break even, instead of trying to like be greedy and grab a little more profit. I'm just gonna trust that this is gonna work. Because imagine if it came back down to this low, and then it went back up, and I stopped me out for $100 instead of getting the full thing. So how do you manage your risk? Do you consistently use a set contract amount? So now, usually yes. So every $1,000 I make, I add a micro in my position size. So every $1,000 in my account, US dollars, and I add one micro. So right now I'm using 4 micros, and if this trade works, I'll be using 5. But well, actually no. Right now I'm using 2 micros because of the volatility. So you see how my stop loss is 40 points. Usually I always have a 20-point stop loss, but because I'm using a 40-point stop loss because of the volatility, I'm basically reducing my position by half. So it's still the same monetary risk, but the position is smaller, so I can allow for a wider stop. So it really just depends on the environment we're in. But usually when things are normal, I'm using 4 micros for this position, but I'm only using 2 because of the volatility. And it's really having a lot of trouble running. I mean, I'm really like not comfortable right now holding on to this. I had moved my stop up right up to here, and it's against the rules, so I'm putting it back down to break even. It's okay for it to be a break even because this is quite a large range. And yeah, I don't know, this is kind of scary. And I got stopped at break even. The thing is, it might still work too, but I mean, I already have one loss this week, and the exact same thing happened. Price went up and then it came back down. So and it doesn't look like, when this happens, it really doesn't look like it's gonna work. No. I re-entered because we're showing more. We're showing positive signs like bullish rejection. So far so good. I don't want this fair value gap to work, this bearish one. I think this is going to be inversed. Again, more things to weed out all the sellers, all the bearish ones. But we'll see. If BPR gets filled, it'll probably run to the high. Yeah, I'd expect it to run very quickly. And that's if it gets filled, though. You need to remember, this could always be a loss. As much as as bad as I want it to be a win, it could always still be a loss. Hold on, let me just journal. No. Oops. That's, yeah. I just need to journal this. There you go. I'm getting a new car this morning too. I almost reverse position by accident. Alright. Yeah, it's really tempting to close this. putting my stop to break even again. Just because I really don't think that the bounce price range, the fact that we filled it, I don't really want it to leave and go back lower. Yeah, okay, we got break even, basically. So we're done for the day then. That's our 2 trades. This should technically work. Yeah, I just think it's in a really weird spot. I mean, the fact this should not have came all the way back down, to be honest, and inverse this gap. And then the fact that we closed above it and we came back down, it just is a really ugly sideways price action, and I don't want to participate in it. Thank you. Well, yeah, inefficient price. It'll probably loosen up at 11 around, I would say. What sucks is that I could have taken profit. I was tempted to, but I followed the rules, and I'm more happy with that. So it is what it is. You can't always win all of them. But yeah, this will be my first losing week of the year, and it's not even that bad. But anyways, I have a car to go pick up, so I will be getting ready to go do that. And yeah, have a good day. Good luck to anyone still trading. I'll be streaming next week. Yeah, I'm very proud. Thank you, Odie. I mean, like, I'm good profit, and I've only had 1 losing week this year. That's a good thing. Anyways, see you now.